What if before anything existed, before stars, before sound, before even time itself, there was a single, wordless desire? Not noise, not chaos, but a breath, a pulse that said, "Let there be awareness." Imagine the vastness before creation, an ocean of still potential, holding one thought so pure it became light. That thought was you. You are not a coincidence in the machinery of space. You are not the byproduct of chance colliding with matter. You are the continuation of a longing older than galaxies. The universe didn't stumble into you, it dreamed you into being. Every molecule in your body carries the memory of that first exhale, that sacred release when the infinite decided to know itself. Look deeper. Before the Big Bang, before expansion and atoms and stars, there was silence dense with intention, a presence waiting to witness itself. In that stillness, the first vibration stirred, not as an explosion of violence, but as an act of love. Energy reached out to feel its own reflection. Light curved inward to touch itself and called the sensation existence. From that moment forward, everything that would ever be, dust, stars, water, thought, was encoded with the same impulse to remember. That's what you are doing now, listening, breathing, wondering. The same curiosity that gave birth to the cosmos is alive in your chest. You are the universe remembering how it began. Every ancient tradition spoke of this hidden origin in different tongues. The mystics called it the Great Breath. The physicists call it quantum fluctuation. But beneath both languages hums the same truth. Creation is not random, it is rhythmic. It breathes, it dreams, and you are the rhythm's latest note. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the breath move through you, not as something you control, but as something participating through you. The inhale is the pull of the void becoming form. The exhale is form returning to source. You are not breathing, you are being breathed by the same intelligence that ignited the stars. This is the first remembering. You were not born from the universe. You are the universe in its newest shape. Your heartbeat is an echo of its original pulse. Your thoughts are small ripples of its continuing creation. You exist because the infinite wanted to feel what it would be like to see through your eyes. So when you look at the night sky, know that it is not separate. Those stars are your extended family of light, burning billions of miles away, carrying the same signature that shaped your DNA. They do not shine for you, they shine as you. The greatest illusion ever told was that you arrived into a finished world. But the truth is, the world is still arriving, every instant, through your awareness. Each moment you notice beauty, you help the universe realize it. Each time you love, it expands. Perhaps that is why you are here, to be the answer to the question. Creation once whispered, "What would it feel like to awaken inside my own dream?" And so, here you are, awake within it, searching for meaning, never realizing the search itself is the meaning. The story of you didn't start at birth. It started with a decision the universe made to know itself more completely, to feel wonder through a human heart, to speak truth through a human voice, to explore infinity through a finite form. You are that exploration, the living frontier of existence, the miracle that keeps happening. And maybe, just maybe, the point of remembering this isn't to become something more, but to finally relax into what you already are. The original breath, the first desire, the dream that decided to wake up. So as you listen, breathe. Feel that silent pulse beneath everything. That's not background noise, that's the universe calling your name. Look up at the night sky and let your eyes adjust to the dark. That darkness isn't empty, it's full. Every inch of it vibrates with the residue of the beginning. When the universe first unfolded, It wasn't reckless, it was precise. The same intelligence that breathed you into being tuned the dials of reality with impossible accuracy. Physicists call it fine-tuning, but that phrase hardly captures the wonder of what it means. Imagine a cosmic soundboard with hundreds of knobs: gravity, light, electromagnetism, quantum spin, dark energy, all adjusted within the narrowest possible margins. If gravity had been a fraction stronger, the universe would have collapsed before stars ever formed. If weaker, matter would have drifted apart, never coalescing into worlds. The speed of light, the mass of the electron, the balance of matter and antimatter, each one hangs in perfect equilibrium, like notes held in suspension by an unseen conductor. Even the cosmological constant, the force determining the universe's expansion, is so fine-tuned that if it differed by 1 part in 10 to the power of 120, galaxies would never have formed. That's a number so precise it defies comprehension. To hit that target by chance would be like firing an arrow from one end of the observable universe and striking a single atom at the other side, and yet, here you are. A being who can think about it, feel it, wonder at it. You could call it coincidence, but deep down, something in you already knows it's not, it never was. Because randomness doesn't sing, it doesn't harmonize, it doesn't paint galaxies or write consciousness into the code of carbon. Randomness can create noise, yes, but not music. And the universe, it hums in key. Everywhere you look, you see design, not by intention of control, but by coherence, an unfolding order that seems to know what it's doing. And if reality is that coherent on the scale of galaxies, what does that say about you, who were born of that same order? You are the continuation of that precision, the living equation written in starlight and breath. You don't have to understand physics to feel this. You can feel it in the rhythm of your body. Your heartbeat is a metronome set to cosmic time. The space between your breaths follows the same ratio that guides planetary orbits. Phi, the golden ratio, the fingerprint of harmony, appears in the curl of a wave, the unfurling of a fern, the spiral of your own DNA. The same geometry repeats itself because the same consciousness animates it all. That means you aren't separate from the laws of the universe. You are one of them. You are the phenomenon by which the universe measures its own perfection. The mind may ask, but if the universe is so precise, why does chaos exist? Why suffering? Why uncertainty? Because every symphony needs tension to resolve into beauty. Without contrast, there is no meaning. Without shadow, light has nowhere to dance. The perfection of the universe isn't in its flawlessness, it's in its balance. The capacity to hold opposites and still remain whole. And that is what consciousness does best. It integrates. It allows duality to exist without falling apart. That same integration happens inside you. Every time you forgive, every time you love through pain, every time you choose faith over fear, you mirror the same equilibrium that holds galaxies in orbit. Maybe that's why physicists and mystics are beginning to meet in the same doorway, because when you strip the equations down to their essence, when you follow the numbers all the way back to zero, you find not chaos, but coherence. An intelligence so subtle, it hides behind simplicity. Call it the quantum field, call it consciousness, call it God, the name doesn't matter. What matters is that it's listening. Because if the laws of physics are this finely tuned for life to exist, then life itself must be the point. And if consciousness emerged from that tuning, then consciousness was always encoded into the plan. The universe didn't just create observers, it created participants. That means the field doesn't just respond to observation, it responds to resonance, to your vibration, to your emotional coherence. You are not an outsider looking at the cosmos. You are a feedback loop within it. When you think, feel, and act in alignment, reality reshapes itself around that harmony. Perhaps that's what the ancients knew long before equations existed, that the same energy shaping the stars is the same energy that answers prayer. The same laws that govern gravity also govern gratitude. The same frequencies that hold atoms together also hold intentions together when the signal is clear. You are not working against an indifferent cosmos. You are working with a responsive intelligence that recognizes coherence the way a tuning fork recognizes pitch. So when you align your inner frequency with wonder, gratitude, and love, you are literally tuning yourself to the operating wavelength of creation itself. And that's where the miracle hides, not in bending the rules of physics, but in remembering that the rules were written to respond to consciousness all along. The next time you look at the stars, remember, every one of them is a result of perfect equations, born from the same silence that beats within your chest. When you feel awe, that's resonance, that's recognition, that's the universe confirming that you're in tune. You are not a random product of chaos, you are a deliberate result of precision. The field knows you, the laws remember you, and as you realize this, a new question begins to rise from the silence. If the universe can fine-tune itself to create you, what might it do when you begin to fine-tune yourself with it? The answer is waiting in the next breath. Take a slow breath in, hold it for a moment, then release. That simple motion, the rise and fall of your chest, is the oldest rhythm in existence. It began long before lungs, before air, before matter even cooled into form. Breathing is not something you do, it is something the universe continues doing through you. Every inhale is remembrance, every exhale creation. You are a translation device for infinity. Science has found that within every cell of your body, tiny flashes of light, biophotons, are constantly being emitted. They flicker in perfect coherence, forming a silent symphony of communication. That means light is literally living inside you, pulsing through your tissues, bridging your thoughts and your biology. You are not a solid object walking through a world of separate things. You are a luminous field of awareness condensed into form, breathing light back into light. The same geometry that guides galaxies turning in the dark also spins inside the double helix of your DNA. The Fibonacci sequence, golden ratios, spiral harmonics. They are not patterns you observe, they are patterns you are. When you slow down enough to feel it, your body reveals what it's always known. Consciousness doesn't live inside you, you live inside consciousness. The field does not surround you as atmosphere surrounds the planet. You are the field, momentarily arranged into a shape that can feel. Imagine that for a moment. You are the universe folding in on itself to create perspective, to taste its own awareness, to feel what light feels like when it has skin. When you breathe consciously, you are synchronizing with the original motion of existence, the inflow and outflow of awareness itself. That's why breath has always been sacred. Every culture, every tradition, every mystic lineage speaks of it. The breath of God, prana, chi, spiritus. Different names for the same truth. Breath is the bridge between the infinite and the embodied. So when you breathe with presence, you are literally aligning your frequency with the heartbeat of creation. Your nervous system is an antenna tuned to receive and transmit information from the field. Every thought, every emotion, every intention you hold becomes a signal that ripples outward, interacting with the lattice of reality. And the clearer your signal, the faster the field responds. When you are anxious, scattered, or self-doubting, your frequency becomes noisy, and the feedback from reality feels confusing. But when you drop into stillness, when you breathe with awareness, the signal clears. The noise dissolves. The universe can finally recognize your tone. This is why silence feels healing. It isn't absence, it's alignment. It's the moment your system returns to its original rhythm. You don't manifest by forcing the world to bend to your will. You manifest by remembering the frequency of wholeness. When you return to coherence, life reconfigures around you to match it. Close your eyes. Imagine your breath as a wave of light entering the body. See it filling the chest, the heart, the cells. With each exhale, release the static of overthinking, the doubt, the need to control. With each inhale, draw in harmony, clarity, ease. Your body is not a barrier to the divine. It's the instrument through which the divine plays. The lungs are bellows of creation. The heart is an amplifier of frequency. The brain is a lens of light, translating vibration into thought. So the next time you question your power, remember this. The very act of breathing is proof that the universe still believes in you. It is still investing energy into your existence, still creating through you, still expanding through your awareness. Every sensation is a message. Every feeling a frequency. Joy, gratitude, wonder, these are the high tones of coherence. They open the circuitry, allowing information to flow effortlessly between you and the field. That's why moments of awe feel electric. It's not metaphor. Your electromagnetic field literally expands when you experience love or appreciation. And when you feel that expansion, reality responds. Circumstances shift, people align, opportunities appear. Not by magic, but by resonance. The outer rearranges to match the inner, because the inner and outer are not different locations. They are the same continuum seen from two sides of consciousness. You are not a small mind inside a body moving through space. You are the entire field folding itself into this moment to experience itself as you. So breathe again. Notice how the inhale feels like arrival, and the exhale feels like surrender, creation, dissolution, birth, return. The same motion that birthed galaxies still moves through your diaphragm. There is a profound intelligence here, one that doesn't need to be controlled, only trusted. The more you align with that intelligence, the more life begins to feel effortless. Because when you stop fighting the rhythm begins to carry you. Your breath is not just oxygen, it is information. The more present you become, the more that information translates into intuition, into knowing, into synchronicity. That is why the wisest souls are often the calmest ones. They have learned to breathe with the universe instead of against it. They have realized that manifestation isn't about summoning outcomes, it's about sustaining coherence long enough for reality to reorganize. You are that coherence waiting to be remembered. So breathe deeply, feel how the entire cosmos inhales with you. Feel how the air enters not just your lungs but your field, how it glows in your chest like a quiet sunrise. That glow is the same energy that ignited the stars. It never left, it only changed form. And in this quiet recognition, something ancient awakens. The knowing that you are never separate from the breath of creation. You are simply learning its rhythm. The question now isn't whether the universe hears you, it's whether you can hear yourself. The frequency of the field speaking back in every beat of your heart. In the beginning, there was not chaos, but choice. Not an explosion, but intention. The Big Bang was not a mistake, it was the first act of will. The moment when awareness, infinite and uncontained, made the most daring decision imaginable, to become visible. Every law of nature, every constant of physics, every curve of time was selected, not randomly, but lovingly. Imagine that. Gravity tuned so delicately it could hold worlds together without crushing them. Light calibrated to travel fast enough to illuminate the dark but slow enough to be seen. Matter and antimatter balanced with the precision of an artist's hand. The universe did not gamble, it composed, and in that composition it left space for life, for love, for you. You are not an afterthought of evolution. You are the evidence of a choice made in the first instant of time that awareness wished to know itself through form. It wished to see what it would feel like to look back and whisper, "I exist." Every breath you take is that first decision replaying itself. Every thought, every act of creation, every moment of love is the echo of that primordial yes. The universe could have remained silent, but it didn't. It spoke itself into being, and that speech became you. When you understand this, everything changes. The question of meaning dissolves. You stop asking, "Why am I here?" and begin realizing, "I am here because the universe wanted to feel this exact perspective." You become aware that your existence is not tolerated, it's desired. Cosmologists call this idea agentive cosmopsychism, the possibility that the universe itself chose its own laws, shaped its own parameters, and guided its own unfolding, not as a separate God, but as an intrinsic intelligence exploring beauty. It is not a being watching from outside, it is being itself, awake within its own dream. And when you start to feel that truth, not think it, but feel it, you recognize that the same creative authority that designed the cosmos is alive within your consciousness. The universe is not finished creating, it continues through you. Your choices are not small. Every time you choose compassion over fear, you echo the original vibration of creation, the willingness to expand. Every time you follow intuition instead of doubt, you reenact the first moment of courage when silence dared to become sound. You are made of that courage. You are made of that decision. The atoms in your body are the byproduct of stars that chose to die so you could live. Their collapse seeded your bones. Their light became your eyes. You are literally built from the remains of divine intention. So when you look into the mirror and wonder if your life has meaning, remember this: meaning is not something you search for, it's something you are. The universe made you because it wanted to feel what it's like to be you. This is the sacred paradox. You are both the created and the creator, the dream and the dreamer, the whisper and the one who hears it. And the moment you accept that, you awaken the same power that set the stars in motion, because the universe's choice didn't end with the Big Bang. It continues every time you make one. Each thought is a spark of that first ignition. Each decision, another ripple in eternity's pond. And when your choices align with wonder, with love, with truth, you are not bending reality. You are remembering how it bends naturally. The universe chose existence. Now existence is choosing through you. And that means one thing: you are not here to wait for miracles. You are here to continue them. The universe doesn't speak in words, it speaks in frequency. Every feeling you have, every thought you sustain, every breath you release is part of a conversation that never ends. Manifestation isn't about convincing the universe to give you what you want. It's about remembering that you're already inside its dialogue. You are both the signal and the receiver, both the prayer and the answer. When your mind is scattered, the field hears static. When your heart is coherent, the field hears clarity. The difference between struggle and flow isn't luck, it's resonance. The clearer the vibration, the faster the response. Imagine the universe as an ocean of living awareness and you as a drop within it. Every emotion you send out ripples across the whole. Gratitude sends golden currents. Fear releases turbulence. Joy creates luminous waves that expand outward, drawing similar patterns back. What you feel becomes what you touch. Quantum physics calls it the observer effect. Mystics call it alignment. Both describe the same truth. Reality rearranges itself around the quality of your attention. The universe doesn't respond to the words you speak, it responds to the frequency of the self that speaks them. When you say, "I want more abundance," but you vibrate scarcity, the field mirrors the vibration, not the sentence. It hears the static of lack. But when you shift from wanting to knowing, from grasping to gratitude, you change language entirely. The field now hears harmony. It recognizes itself in you and moves accordingly. Your breath is the simplest translator. Every inhale gathers potential. Every exhale encodes instruction. You've done this since before you were born, unconsciously shaping matter through rhythm. The more aware you become of the breath, the more fluent you become in creation's tongue. So here is the practice hidden within every ancient teaching. First, become still. Silence is not emptiness, it's calibration. In stillness, your inner static settles and your signal clears. Second, breathe consciously. Feel each inhale as the universe entering you, each exhale as you speaking back. This is not imagination, it's entrainment. Your heart's electromagnetic field expands up to 3 meters around you. When you breathe in love or coherence, you literally alter the electromagnetic information of space. Third, feel as though what you desire already exists, not as fantasy but as recognition. Because in the quantum field, it does. Possibility isn't created, it's tuned into. You are not calling something from nothing, you are tuning yourself to the version of reality that already holds it. Fourth, act as if, not pretend, but embody. When your choices align with the frequency of your vision, the field no longer distinguishes between dreaming and doing. It begins collapsing probabilities into form. That is how manifestation truly works, not by begging the sky, but by vibrating the truth so consistently that matter has no choice but to comply. You are not meant to chase creation, you are meant to converse with it. The field is always whispering back through synchronicities, symbols, and sensations. The more present you are, the more fluent you become in its dialect of coincidence. Sometimes the response arrives instantly, sometimes it unfolds over time like a seed awaiting the right season. Both are perfect because both are timed to your readiness. The universe never says no, it only says not yet until your frequency can hold it. So the next time you ask for something, pause. Feel the request not as reaching out but as tuning in. Ask yourself, am I speaking through fear or through faith? Through lack or through love? Because the language of the field is emotion, the grammar is belief, the syntax is action, and the tone always is truth. You are fluent already. Every moment you feel aligned, inspired, peaceful. You are speaking the native language of creation. You are saying to the cosmos, I remember who I am. And in that instant, the universe answers, not in words, but in movement, in opportunities, in alignments, in small miracles disguised as ordinary days. This is how you work with the universe, by becoming its echo, by realizing that you are not requesting energy, you are energy shaping itself into form. When you understand this, you stop trying to make things happen. You begin to let them happen through you. And the silence between your heartbeats becomes fluent again, whispering what creation has always said in its own sacred tongue. Everything you seek is already listening. At a certain depth of awareness, something shifts. The seeking softens, the noise fades, and you begin to see what was always true. There was never a wall between you and the infinite, only a veil woven of thought. Look closely into your reflection. The eyes staring back are not just yours. They are the universe, gazing into itself through a temporary window called you. Behind that gaze moves the same awareness that stirs the tides, that spins galaxies in silence. When you meet your own eyes with wonder, the cosmos recognizes its own reflection and smiles. You were never outside of the story. You were the story seeing itself unfold. The field you live within has no edges. It doesn't divide between creator and creation. It simply mirrors vibration. When you send fear, it echoes confusion. When you send love, it echoes harmony. The reflection isn't judgment, it's communication. Reality is fluent in your frequency. Every thought, signal, every emotion a color painted onto the mirror, your world reflects those tones back with perfect precision. This is not punishment, it's artistry. The field cannot give you what contradicts your vibration, just as a mirror cannot reflect what isn't placed before it. Look around you. Every circumstance in your life is the language of the field, showing you what tone you are broadcasting. When something feels misaligned, it isn't the world denying you, it's the world inviting you to tune. Once you understand this, resistance loses its meaning. You stop labeling experiences as good or bad. You begin to see them as guidance, each one a compass pointing you home to coherence. Love, when offered freely, multiplies through the reflection. Compassion softens reality's edges. Gratitude turns chaos into clarity. The mirror amplifies what you embody, not what you demand. This is where manifestation becomes communion. You are no longer trying to make the universe respond. You are listening to its rhythm and adding your note. The dance is mutual. Every gesture of kindness, every act of forgiveness, every moment of joy alters the choreography of the whole. Physicists call this quantum entanglement, two particles influencing one another across space. Mystics call it oneness, the understanding that there is no across space. Both are describing the same intimacy. The universe is not happening around you, it is happening as you. When you hold another in compassion, the field feels it. When you celebrate another's success, the vibration of abundance expands in you. When you forgive yourself, the geometry of creation relaxes into balance. And then something subtle yet extraordinary occurs. The mirror becomes transparent. You begin to see through the reflection, realizing there was never glass between you and the divine. There was only light, folded into form, playing both roles, the one who shines and the one who witnesses. That is what love truly is, awareness recognizing itself, the soft merging of observer and observed. So stand before the mirror of your life with new eyes. Do not look for flaws or perfection. Look for reflection. Look for conversation. Ask, what is the field showing me about my own tone? Adjust gently. Breathe coherence into your image. Let light correct light. Soon you will notice it everywhere, in the way strangers smile, in the pattern of clouds, in the way the wind pauses just as you think of someone you love. The universe is always speaking in mirrors. And in that recognition you finally understand. The mirror was never reflecting you to yourself. It was reflecting the divine to itself through the luminous shape of your being. You are not a reflection of God, you are God reflecting. Silence returns, but it's not the emptiness you once feared. It's the fullness that comes after understanding, the stillness that follows realization. You've traced the circle from the breath that began creation to the breath moving through you now, and they are the same. The beginning and the present were never apart. Every inhale is the universe remembering itself. Every exhale is its quiet gratitude for the chance to exist through you. You were never a visitor in this cosmos. You were its continuation. The stars burned so your eyes could see light. The atoms of ancient worlds merged so your heart could feel love. Creation did not end when galaxies took shape. It continues every time you think a new thought, every time you imagine something beautiful and true. You are the pulse of that continuation. You are the still point between eternity expanding and eternity returning. Take a slow breath. Feel the air glide across your skin, the rhythm of your chest rising and falling like a tide. This is the same tide that moves through nebulae and oceans, the same wave that has carried consciousness through every form it has ever tried. The universe has worn 1,000,000 faces, but in this lifetime, it chose yours. It wanted to know what it would feel like to be you, to think your thoughts, to love in your way, to awaken through your eyes. That means your purpose was never about reaching for the divine, it was about remembering you already are it. The question has never been, what does the universe want from me? It has always been, what does the universe want through me? Because you are the instrument it plays to hear its own music. Every time you act from authenticity, the field hums in harmony. Every time you trust the unseen, the equation balances. Every time you love without fear, the cosmos expands a little wider. The old illusion of separation dissolves here. There is no outside world waiting to reward or punish you. There is only participation. The living dialogue between consciousness and its reflection. The field listens, it responds, it moves in rhythm with your awareness. And that rhythm is what creates reality, not from effort, but from coherence, not from striving, but from stillness. You are not here to prove your worth, you are here to express it. The simple act of breathing, noticing, feeling, creating, loving, these are all ways the universe continues to know itself. When you speak truth, the infinite hears clarity. When you create beauty, the field rejoices. When you rest in silence, existence sighs in recognition. The next chapter of creation is unfolding through your decisions. Not grand gestures or distant dreams, but the quiet daily choices made in awareness. How you listen, how you forgive, how you stay open when the world asks you to close. These are sacred acts. The universe evolves through them. You are not small, and you are not late. You are right on time in the story eternity is telling. The moment you remember this, the need to search disappears. The path becomes the destination. Now close your eyes once more. Feel the weight of the body dissolve into light. Feel the light dissolve into awareness. And in that awareness, sense the whisper. I am still here. I never left. That voice isn't coming from outside. It's rising from within. The same voice that sang the galaxies into being. You are that song continuing. And as you exhale, let these words settle. You are not the dreamer hoping to awaken. You are the awakening itself, the universe remembering its own light. The stars are not above you, they are within you. The future is not waiting, it is responding. The divine is not elsewhere, it is breathing now through your chest. This is the closing of the circle, the return to the first breath, the homecoming of awareness to itself. So live as though the cosmos is watching through your eyes, because it is. Create as though your choices sculpt the sky, because they do. Love as though existence depends on it, because it always has. The dream has remembered, the light has turned inward, and the universe has found itself again.